Welcome back to News This Week in Nursing Homes. I'm Nurse Bug. New research is shedding light on a critical issue in long-term care: how Medicaid payment rates shape nursing home quality. A new JAMDA study analyzing nearly 9,500 nursing homes across 44 states found a clear trend. Higher Medicaid reimbursement is strongly linked to better care compare ratings, including overall scores, health inspections, and staffing. Most facilities in the study received less than $225 a day from Medicaid, and nearly 1 in 5 were reimbursed at less than 70% of actual cost. Only a small minority, under 10%, were paid more than what their care actually cost. Despite this, almost half of all facilities managed to earn 4 or 5 stars overall. Researchers say the message is simple. When Medicaid rates are adequate, facilities can invest more in staff, training, and quality improvement, all factors that feed directly into higher star ratings. Meanwhile, an industry analyst warns that higher rates alone don't guarantee more staffing or better outcomes. In some states, higher reimbursement gets swallowed by higher labor and operating costs. Meanwhile, other states with only moderate rates outperform because their payment formulas are better aligned with actual expenses. In short, researchers and experts agree on one thing: money matters, but how payment systems are built may matter just as much. Big changes are coming for nursing homes. CMS recently clarified the PPS 5-day and end-of-stay assessments will now count as 2 separate assessments under the QRP, meaning if one shared data element is missing, facilities could lose credit for both, increasing the risk of falling below 90% completion threshold and triggering a 2% Medicare payment penalty. At the same time, CMS is collecting data for a sweeping expansion of the SNF VBP program. Starting in 2025, 4 measures will be active. By 2026, 4 more will be added, covering everything from infections requiring hospitalization to staffing turnover, falls with major injury, and discharge function. By 2028, CMS will retire the current all-cause readmission metric and replace it with a potentially preventable readmission measure. Unlike QRP penalties, VBP withholds 2% of Medicare payments from every facility, then redistributes the funds based on performance, and states are increasingly building similar VB incentive programs of their own. Meanwhile, CMS has launched MDS data validation audits targeting around 1,500 facilities, with notices sent quietly through iKeys. The OIG has heightened PDPM scrutiny after finding a 99% error rate in one chain's claims. Finally, CMS is updating the SFF program, shifting selection criteria away from staffing and toward long-stay fall prevalence. Assigned fall-related injuries are becoming an increasingly central quality indicator. More risk and pressure for nursing homes to tighten their documentation to prep for what will shape reimbursement through 2028 and beyond. With most states finalizing budgets by June 2026, many providers are already seeing warning signs: lower Medicaid reimbursement rates, delayed updates, and looming effects of the 2025 reconciliation law, which tightens rules on provider taxes, a major funding mechanism for state Medicaid programs. Idaho has already imposed 4% across-the-board provider rate cut, while Colorado reversed a planned rate increase. Texas may follow with cuts in 2027, and more states are expected to propose reductions as fiscal outlooks worsen. The biggest storm cloud may be over Illinois, where Medicaid relies heavily on provider taxes restricted under federal law. The state could lose up to $5.3 billion annually by 2033, forcing lawmakers to either find new revenue or reduce care programs. Providers are already making operational shifts, tightening budgets, adjusting staffing, reducing admits, and leaning on technology to manage reimbursement risk. But many warn if Medicaid cuts go too far, quality of care will inevitably suffer. Even multi-state operators are feeling the pressure in places like Idaho and Washington, where budget shortfalls, not federal policy, are driving Medicaid instability. Still, creative tools such as bed tax carve-outs and rural health funding may help soften the blow. Operators are ramping up advocacy, urging lawmakers to recognize the critical role that nursing homes play in community health, and the consequences if Medicaid funding can't keep up. Facing tough choices, tighter budgets, and a race against time to prep for what could be a turbulent 2 years ahead. Thank you for joining me for News This Week in Nursing Homes. To get more of Qsource news and info, visit qsource.org to view podcasts, sign up for the newsletter, and remember, for all of your QI needs, call the Q.